let's take a look at how we can build some strength with Uchikomi. Lifting Uchikomis is a great way to do that. The big thing is understanding that there's a difference between lifting and then having your person or your opponent or partner just laying on you. You really want to focus on strengthening your core, your shoulder, and your legs for IPPON Senagi in order to get it to really be effective for Randori. And lifting Uchikomi is a great way to practice that because it helps us create minimal bend in the hip. Okay, so there's a little bit of bend, but you're going to try to minimize it as much as possible. Anything past like this degree is way too much, right? Anytime you get into here, even here is like starting to get questionable. You really want to be in this range. And even though it's slight, it really does make a difference on how much your body is actually engaging versus staying relaxed, right? The more I bend at the hip, right? Can you grab me by the back here and just hold me? The more I bend at the hip, the less I'm engaged here, right? Versus being here and then now pull me back. And then flexing into that core, right? If he relaxes, if I lean forward, now he pulls, right? I can pretty much just lay limp. And that's usually how people do lifting Uchikomis, is they're not really engaging. They're doing it very lax to get the partner up. And what that looks like is this. Down, up, lift. But I'm at my end range. I haven't thrown him. You want to think about this as if I've bent, right, almost to a 90 and he hasn't hit his back, it's incorrect. There's some flaw in the technique. You should hit a point right here where he's going over, not still on your back. If he's resting on your back and you're here, right, where do you finish your technique from? Okay, and that's where the lifting Uchikomis comes into play. So that when you're in this position, you can practice here and up. It's a slight lift, right? It's just a little bit minor, okay? When people think lifting Uchikomis, they think the feet have to be like 1.5 feet, 2 feet off the floor. The farther they're off the floor, the stronger you are. And that's just not the case. At the end of the day, if his feet are off the floor, even the width of a piece of paper, okay, and he's on my back, I'm in full control of his body, right? He's technically floating in space, just waiting for me to finish the throw because he has no grip on the mat. So even if his feet are on the floor, but they're brushing because he doesn't have any grip, that's all you need. You could throw everybody from IPPON if you could always get to that lifting point. And that's really what we're trying to practice right now, is down, up, lift. And I do have a slight bend in my hip, but my opponent's off the floor. Once he's off the floor, I can use my core, my shoulders to really finish that technique. From this angle, down, up, hold, lift. And he's off the floor. And now, when I'm ready to throw, I can rip him to the mat. What I don't want to have happen is this, where I'm here, I get to here, there's a little bit of a gap, so that when I stand, nothing happens. And then I bow, and now he's off the floor. That's not what I want. That's so far on the other side of wrong, right? Or of right. When I'm in this position, yes, this way. There you go. When we're in this position, I want to make sure that I'm in his space, not away from him, and then let me see him, and then pulling him the rest of the way so that when I stand, nothing happens, right? Even if I squat and I pull, when I stand, nothing happens. That means you're too far forward. Even though you pulled and you hit your back, you're still too far forward. You want to make sure that your pull attaches him to your back so that when you make this rotation, and I'm here and I'm inside his space now, when I pull him forward and then I stand, I can get his feet off the floor. Okay? If we do that same thing, right, where he's in a good solid spot and I just take a half a step forward, and now I pull and I stand, I can't do as much because his toes are still able to grip the mat. When we're in this position, down, up, down, attach him to your shoulder, elevate. Down, up, down, attach him to your shoulder, elevate. And you'll notice that I'm taking a grip on that gi jacket, okay? And it's actually one of the versions I do of IPPON Seinagi here, where I'm able to pull down and lift, and I have really good control in this position with minimal bend at the waist. There's a little bit, right? Because I'm engaging, I'm shortening my core to strengthen it. Okay, so that's gonna be kind of the principle of doing lifting uchikomis when we're in this position. And you always wanna try to put your partner in the same position he's in when you lift him up. So, down, up, down, I put him in, I follow those same steps. Pick him up. Pick him up. Pick him up. What we don't want to have happen is this. And you see how like he flailed? Because I gave him a little bit of like a hit. We want as many reps as possible and as quick as possible, right? They're not speed uchikomis, they're lifting. But I still want to move fluidly through the position. Okay? Fluidly through the position, placing him down comfortably. Remember, same steps in, same steps out.